The Bushcrafty Talks.
What's up? Bushcraft Family here again. On Friday 13th. Yeah, Friday 13th. It's always been a, because my daughter, she really likes horror movies and stuff. We've always watched horror movies and ghost stories and things like that. And Friday the 13th is just a festive, horror movie night. And I miss them times, sitting on the couch and just sitting there vegging out, watching TV, eating chips or whatever. It's fun. You miss those little things. Like, one of the things I miss is Friday night football. If you ever had kids in high school and whatnot, and they're in band or cheerleading or actual football, then you know what I mean. I had, technically my daughter played football for 1 year just so she can say she did it, and my two oldest boys played football. My oldest one, he played on varsity and all that. They went to the regional championship once, and whenever there's a home game, boy, it's a whole town affair type thing. And we would go down Main Street and park and wait for them to drive by. All the football team would be on a flatbed of a truck, a big trailer truck, 18-wheeler, and would haul them all down to the football field. And everybody get out and clap and cheer them on and whatnot. Yeah, you don't think about it then, but boy, when you don't go to those games anymore, you miss it. You really do. And I always did a thing with the kids, not to go out and hurt somebody, but because there's legal ways of hitting somebody, and it's a big hit and whatnot. But you say you get $1 per tackle, and I said if the tackle's so good that his mama feels it, then you'll get $5. I never paid them any money or anything like that. It was just a game we did, and they really got into it, and they would always ask me, because they didn't get that really big hit in there, what kind of hit is that for the $5? And one day my son actually laid somebody out, and he raised his hand up like this toward the stands, and everybody was trying to figure out, even the announcer saying, what's with the 5? What's with the 5? And I'm up there cracking up laughing. I know what it meant. And yeah, he knew what that felt like. And when he got that first big hit in, he wanted more. It's the challenge of the game. You want to get that tackle in. You want them to, if they see you coming, they're like, I go the other way, that type of thing. But yeah, you miss those days and stuff with your kids. When I played football back way back in the day, I didn't have anybody in the stands cheering for me or anything. I did it because I wanted to do it. It was a challenge to me to do something, because I was way underweight for playing football. But that never stopped me a bit, because that just made me more determined to do really good. And I did really good. I got to one in Phoenix. We had at Highland High School before I got kicked out of the school. We went and won. It was like a regional. It wasn't state or anything. It was just in the city itself, which was huge. And we got to meet some NFL players that came on a bus. And I was a quarterback, so I actually got to hang out with Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw showed me this little underhand toss that he did, and I started copying that. I said, that's pretty cool. And I said, I bet you I can get some speed on that if I twisted it just enough. And sure enough, I started throwing that thing like a bullet. And he said, you keep that up and you're going to go places, because that's a very hard, controllable ball to throw. But yeah, I was in class one day and was talking to a girl that was in front of me. It was a very boring class. I mean, I could pass it without even studying or anything like that. And all of a sudden, whap! The teacher hit me on the hand with the ruler. It's a 3-foot ruler, and you could hear the smack on that thing. Left a big old welt on my hand. I said, "Don't do that." And I was getting angry. So he went back to doing his little teachy thing, and then she asked me a question, and I didn't even get the chance to answer it or anything, and he smacked me again. And I looked up at him. I told him, I said, "You hit me again, I'm going to knock you on your behind." I said other choice words, but we'll keep it at behind. He turns around and smacks my hand again. I did exactly what I told him. Ended up breaking his nose. Cops were called. I got arrested. See, that's the difference between nowadays. Nowadays, a teacher can't talk to you or tell you to do stuff or anything without the kids crying about it. Back then, they just throw your butt in jail. Charges ended up getting dropped because, yeah, I was a minor. But unfortunately, I got kicked out of the school, which their season, pretty much their next season, they tanked. I still went to some of the games and stuff. Not home games, because I wasn't allowed there, but I went to away games. And that way I could talk to the coach and stuff, because I was still friends with the coach and the team and everything like that. But that's my story for football. Well, Friday the 13th. And again, it's Red Shirt Friday. Remember, everyone deployed. That goes... There's a lot of people deployed right now that are in dangerous areas. But Friday the 13th. There's been so much going on. I carrying stuff today that I usually don't feel the need to carry, and I actually brought extra cookies for this thing I'm carrying just in case I needed it. Because yeah, I think there's definitely something in the brew when there's reports being buried that over 3,000 bad people from overseas, Israel, not Israel, but the other place. Can't mention it because one of my other videos got hit the other day. But over 3,000 slipped in over the border. Wouldn't say even over the border. They just walked in. And the documents have been now destroyed or misplaced or whatever. And then tomorrow we've got the ring of fire in the sky. Yep. Get you wondering, doesn't it? A lot of stuff happening at the same day, same time. But you can't, and I tell this to people all the time, even though there could be stuff happening and stuff, you can be weary of it. Just don't let it consume you. Don't give in to fear, because the fear that's not helping anybody. If it's something bad that's going to happen, unless there's some way that you can physically stop it from happening, don't let it consume you. You know what I mean? Because life's too short, way too short. That's why I'm getting sick of hearing the same crap all the time, and I'm getting tired of talking about it. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. And I'm at the point to where I don't want to report anything, because it's just like one thing after the other. I think it's nonsense to talk about something that you have no control over. And it's being talked about over and over and over and over again. It's being drilled into your head. And it seems like that is the plan. Everybody wants to drill that stuff in your head and keep you occupied with it, and makes you have blinders on. All you see is that bad stuff. And it's just seems like a waste of the time of people's lives. Instead of worrying about all that stuff, improve your skills on gardening, improve your skills on the prepping thing, improve your skills on being better with God, improve your skills with cooking, improve your skills with your relationships with your families, your friends. Put all that stuff in the back burner. That stuff's going to be there. I could turn everything off for a week. Anyways, God bless.